was able to develop this for us to be able to recount. This is Manny. On the panel is FWA and T-Rex, aka hippie, that was born in like the late 90s, but looked like he was born in the early 70s. That's neither here or the fuck there. It is hippie.
But I definitely didn't think that he was allowing all of this to happen. All of this is transpiring with the YT community. Because again, I don't know you to have let people do this much, but I'm learning through you that petty has.
You know what? I don't give a fuck what these motherfuckers say. I'm all about diversity. I don't mind the YT people coming in my room, having a conversation and having a say. I am not closed-minded, and I also like to build allies in places others wouldn't. Okay? So with that being said, they can say what they want to say. I'm not kissing nobody's ass.
Good morning, guys.
And none of y'all entitled to tell me who the fuck want to be around or should be the fuck around or get. Y'all motherfuckers barely support your own people, so y'all can kiss my ass, suck my dick.
Yeah, they didn't never say what Lala said. They didn't never say what Lala said. I did ask them if Lala had said.
Nobody. The only thing Lala said is call somebody nappy.
Appreciate it, guy, girl.
It. She never called nobody none of them words.
Exactly.
I don't even say the word. I don't even say the word with the C or the H to them. So I most definitely wouldn't let nobody disrespect nobody else. I don't do that. Man, you know me better than that.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, no, I know that.
I don't give a fuck what none of these non-supporters be talking about. I care what the supporters that support me be talking about. If you don't support me, then fuck you. All right? Have a nice day.
Oh, yes, go ahead, hippie. I didn't see you.
I don't want to get your page taken down by doing a bunch of yelling. But
Lord.
Hey, me personally, I don't like this T-Rex. Me personally, I never even liked the dinosaurs in school when we used to have to learn about the bones and is that a rhinoceros or if that is a T-Rex. Or is it the bird type of dinosaur? I didn't give a fuck about it. I said the motherfuckers are gone. I didn't even never believe that they fucking ever existed. Me personally, I didn't see these big ass creatures walking around eating grass, eating ass, eating shit up. I didn't believe in fucking dinosaurs, and I'm not sure today do I still fucking believe it. I like watching Jurassic Park because it's a fucking action movie, not believing that it's just a fucking horror movie. That's suspenseful in an action movie. Not that I believe that these motherfucking animals exist. But, however, I seen Hippie. And I think that he is a descendant of the T-Rex with his ugly ass. That's what I believe. You can't tell me my motherfucking beliefs. I believe he is. Motherfuckers calling us cavemen and gorillas. How the fuck? We descended of some other shit.
Bryce, okay. What is you talking about right now?
All right, let me tell you, Trina, since you act like you don't know, I guess Hippie is your friend. What I'm saying is they call
I'm talking about you saying the dinosaurs weren't real.
I don't believe it. I don't give a fuck if they found a big old bone. It could have been a big bone from a fucking elephant. We weren't here when the dinosaurs was here. They'll tell us anything. My brother argued with me like a couple weeks ago about we can't get up out of space. That the man ain't walk on the moon. And I had to agree with him later on. I ain't agree with him. I just was fucked up. He said ain't no man never came to the moon because it's a big old glass over the sky. I don't know what the fuck that nigga talk about. But
what they call it, the firmament.
Something that can't get you up out of here. That's your motherfucker.
Yeah, the firmament. But that man did say that man that's supposed to have went. I guess he did say it was a lie. He said he never went.
That's what I'm saying. So how we gonna believe it's a fucking dinosaur around here eating and doing this? No. We was here since the 1800s with wigs and motherfucking toupees on our head that curled up. Even the niggas was wearing wigs, right? But they wearing them now again because the bitches going bald and they ain't got no choice. Hymns ain't working. Rogaine ain't working. It ain't working. So they put on the motherfucking fuffies and lace fronts to look alright. And I thank the good Lord in heaven that I'm still getting some growth. But I told the Lord, I said, Lord, if I start going bald by 40, I'm cutting it all off and be bald head, be a bald head, long head motherfucker like Live called me, said I look like an alien by the back of my fucking head. I'll be alien the fuck out around this bitch, but I'm not doing
Right.
that. Shit,
Let me
I
ask
wake up
you
in the
this.
morning, make sure the glue didn't fucking slide. Can't even sweat or nothing. Glue sliding all down my motherfucking head. No, fuck
Bryce,
no.
I gotta ask you something.
Go ahead.
So look, this totally off topic too, but look, tell me why the school is trying to take the kids to a goddamn plantation for a field trip. Mind you, it's one of the longest, if not the longest standing plantations in fucking America. One of the fucking most brutal, one of the most brutal. But the whole fifth grade is going. Would you let your child go, Bryce?
No, I wouldn't let them go.
Would you go with them?
No, I wouldn't let them go. I would tell them myself about what happened to my ancestors, but I do not want to indoctrinate them or fuck them up about what our ancestors went through because we don't fucking know what they went through. They went through a lot. So I
No,
don't
not
want
the
them to
Whitney,
know about
y'all.
all
Boom
that.
Hall. It's Boom Hall. I mean, my thing, more so my thing, and is the spiritual implications. I ain't gonna lie, the energies that surround that motherfucker. That's why I'm be understanding why people be getting married and shit. But I think she do. I don't know. I don't know. I talk to my, but y'all know I talk to my child a lot about history and about what it is. So I don't know. I don't know. But I do know if she does go, I have to go with her. I'm not gonna let her go without me. But I don't know. I just don't know if I would even want to go. I ain't never been to no fucking
I
plantation.
did. I did at fifth grade. What's up, Drop Queen? How you doing?
Hi, I had the experience of visiting a plantation in Louisiana, and it was one of the most how can I put it? It was deep for me. I literally cried. I was the only black woman. I went with my employer, and it was a very good experience. I'm like, this is where my ancestors laid and unalived. It was a very touching experience, and I think everybody should have an opportunity to see it. Even though it's one of our harsh realities, it was still our reality. Avoiding it doesn't get rid of our history. It was a very good experience for me. They actually had a hall where they fed us, and everybody was sitting there eating, and I'm looking at all these people, and I had to walk outside and literally stand on the porch and cry. It was a very good experience, very touching for me. So I think everybody, children and adults, should definitely take an opportunity to walk paths that their ancestors walked and see some of the places that they lived, because they still had the slave quarters. They had the big house where we were eating, but off in the back of the fields, you can go to the slave quarters and actually walk through the slave quarters. So it was a very good experience. I don't know I don't know what there is to avoid about it, but it was like I felt their spirits. It was like I felt the people that had been there. I mean, it was real for me. It really was. It's
Hey
something to
y'all.
think about.
Yes,
Hi.
ma'am.
Hey everybody. My only thing is, of course, being down here in the South, we visited so many places on field trips and stuff like that. But I guess as I got and it was never disrespectful. And I don't, I'm not gonna say Trina's baby school district is doing it in a disrespectful way. It was never in a disrespectful way. It was always made to like look at history. But here's where I got a problem at. Until we call it what it really is, let those kids know this to like the Holocaust Museum. They let them know this was a mass murder, genocide. You know what I'm saying? You're going somewhere where people were tortured and unalive. They don't do that with plantations, and people have to understand that's a crime scene. Plantations are literally a crime scene of genocide and mass murders. And that's the
That's
part.
my thing, Key.
You feel
Like
me?
my thing is the energy around there. Not just our ancestors, but the slave masters as well. The energy around it for me, I just would assume it's so thick and heavy, right? And a child is innocent and very susceptible to that type of shit.
Right.
Now, my daughter do know certain stuff. I mean, obviously, I haven't sat down and talked to her really in depth about chattel slavery because she's 10 years old. But, uh, and they only got 2 chaperone slots. So, yeah, I had already made up my mind if I can't go with her, then she just won't go. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know.
Girl,
I
please.
think
After
it's
I were
weird
you,
to
I might
even.
not be no
I think
chaperone, but I'm gonna be on the scene. I'm gonna be on the
I think
scene.
it's
I probably
weird
buy
to
my
even
own
want to
ticket and
take
get in my
kids to
own
this
car.
shit.
That
It's
was Trina.
I feel like it's kind of off to even want to. Y'all got to remember, right? This the motherfucking South, and it's truly the South. I'm talking about Confederate flags everywhere you look. So I don't even understand why they're taking the children to Boone Hall. I don't get it. Then one of the other parents told me that on one of the field trips, her seventh grader, they had I guess a quote unquote cotton pick thing where the kids got to see how it was to pick cotton. If I was to see my daughter doing some shit like that, I would literally probably end up locked up for real. I was fast. So
But Trina, take it like this. Take it as an opportunity. Cause like you said, on a spiritual level, I think it's an opportunity for you to go into the spaces that the ancestors was and pray. And I believe your daughter, will come out because then you get a chance to, ask God, may the souls that rested here, that lived here rest in your, rest in your care. I ask that I would take it as a time of praying hard for my ancestors. And I will also thank them for their prayers and how far we got today. And you probably will come out of there lighter and more, because the energy that you're bringing in, like I said, I just feel like if they're going to allow people to visit places like you said, Boom Hall, they got to call it what it is. This was the site of a mass genocide. You know what I'm saying? Period. But I would definitely go in there like extremely praying for their souls to be at rest and thanking them for their sacrifice. Because we talk that big shit. Oh, I ain't my ancestors. You sure ain't. Because ain't nobody threatening to unalive you via skinning you alive. Ain't nobody threatening to unalive you by boiling you alive. Ain't nobody threatening to unalive you by putting you in a hot box. The only hot box y'all know is sitting in a car smoking weed. There is such thing as digging a hole in the ground, putting a box in there, and putting a human in there for some hours and sometimes days until they come back and the person is either fully submissive or dead.
see, that's the thing, Kiana. And I know I don't even know the full depths, but I do know some of it. And I don't even know if I can handle the shit. I've never been to a plantation. It's never been something that I felt like I wanted to go do. Never, ever, ever. So, and
But I
then
don't
my
see
thing
that. See,
is,
that's the
if I
thing.
win,
They the ones need to go. I'm being real. They the ones need to go protected. We need to go in with, like, I don't know about any of y'all, but when I go to the cemetery, right, the cemetery where my child is, to my knowledge, is probably 100% black people in that cemetery, right? I go, my sister is in that cemetery, my grandmothers, they're all in there. When I go in that cemetery, I get myself together, right? I get my soul, I get my spirit, I get all of that together. And then when I leave also together. If you spiritually in tune, when you go to places like that, you don't supposed to go with all kind of food. Like for instance, Trina, I would tell you, don't go in that plantation like while you're arguing on the way to the plantation, you're arguing on a panel. Don't ever get your spirit right. You know what I'm saying? Go in a certain way, and then that way when you leave, you can leave a certain way. I would probably even leave a gift at the exit. You know what I'm saying? Something, a gratitude rock or something. You would be surprised how wow she gets it. You know what I mean? See, when you go in these cemeteries disrespectfully, you know what I'm saying, taking they dirt, don't know, yeah, and then people wonder why this shit happens to them. You can't do that. Yeah, so a lot of people
oh
need to
yeah, you
die.
definitely can't take from the dead without permission and without return. You gotta, if you take it, take
Yeah,
something. You
that's
gotta
why you
release
don't
it.
supposed to play in no cemetery. I don't give a damn what nobody tell you. Leave they dirt alone.
if you take some, you definitely supposed to leave some, and you
But
have
you
to.
got to make sure what you left is what they wanted
That's
for
why I'm
what you
saying you have
took.
to have permission. You have to have permission, and if you're not really tapped in, you wouldn't even know if you have the permission. So it's dangerous.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Obviously, we would go in there, with coverings over our head. I also
Yeah,
wouldn't want the
that too.
teachers and the classmates, or the other people to be
Yeah,
like, "Well, no, I don't know
yeah.
about this and that."
Thank you.
Go ahead, Bryce.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead. I wasn't talking.
Because if I hear something that's wrong, I'm not gonna try to pull my child to the side and correct it. I'm gonna correct it out loud right then and there. So I don't want my baby to be like, "Damn, my mom up here, goddamn, a Fanny Shakur embarrassing her."
Yeah, you heard.
Watch
You
out
know how you
behind the
do,
fence.
but hold on, Trent. You know how you do. You know how to make it stylish. You know what I'm saying? You know how to make that thing look good. Put your little jean suit on with a white, you know what I'm saying? With a white covering and twist the thing around and wrap that, you know how to make it cute. But I would definitely say yes, a covering over your head. I would definitely say that. Yeah, exactly. Don't nobody go to other sites, Hiroshima and all that. They don't go to them places like, oh, this was just Hiroshima. You want to get married here? So why they got to do our people like that's the stuff that I don't understand. But we don't respect our ancestors though. We don't respect their sacrifice. We don't respect that they are the most. And don't get me wrong, I fuck with the Jews, and I love the fact that they honor everybody who went through that Holocaust. We don't. We do not. And that's
Drop. I'm gonna go ahead and ignore you. But Bryce Day is asking to get back to the recap.
All right.
Thank you, P.
Thank you, Key, for your sentiments. I respect
okay.
it. And in some ways, I agree with it. I'm just not. I wouldn't allow mine to go to.
You know what? Miss Jessica said take her on a weekend and let her skip school that day. That is a brilliant idea. Because that means you get to do the narrative, you know?
Right.
Y'all, she want to have perfect attendance though. That's the only issue. But we're gonna think about it. We're gonna think about it. We gotta get back to the recap. But I'm gonna think about it, y'all. I'm gonna think about it.
All right. So let's proceed.
I want to say specifically what we recall, and I say we because there was other comment cousins that said it as well, was you said y'all say whatever the F y'all want, so why can't they say whatever the F they want? That was your sentiments one day.
No, that came to no. And don't be lying, hippie. It came to
say that, right,
when y'all
friend?
be calling them names. It came
Right.
to when y'all
So
be
you
calling
did
them
say that, right?
bitches.
So I didn't
When
lie.
y'all be no. It came to when y'all be calling them bitches and hoes, punk ass niggas and shit like that. They got a right to call you a bitch back. You call them a bitch, they should call you a bitch. No, that did not concern with the word nigga or none of them other words. No, sir.
I never said
But
that you allowed them to call people N-words, and I said that.
If you call them a bitch, you should be a bitch. Flat the fuck out. If you call them a bitch, you should be a bitch. I don't see why it's okay for y'all to be calling them white tea people bitches and hoes, and they can't call you a bitch and a hoe. I didn't say nothing about the word nigga. The fuck we talking
Correct,
about?
man.
I know what the
Yeah,
fuck.
but hold on, hippie. That's why I was asking what's the median ground. The median ground is we can bitch and hoe each other, but we definitely should not be you a gorilla, you a monkey. Like, come on. Like, the median ground should be an even exchange.
Correct, and that's why I said in the comments, Manny, I never said that friends allow people to call people N-words, call them words that are close to gorilla, monkey, none of that. She just took what I said and ran with it. But what I said was correct. You said if we say certain stuff about them, why can't they say whatever they want to about us?
And monkey. He was referring to gorilla and monkey. He wasn't referring to bitch and hoe. He wasn't referring to bitch and hoe.
Okay, I'll let you go and then I'll finish. Okay, so Manny asked us what was the median ground, and I agreed. I've never heard Lala call somebody an animal. What I said was she has a tendency to lean very heavily on negative African American stereotypes. Yeah, that's what I said. And I never said that you allow people to call them that. You just took whatever I said and tried to run with it and start screaming. But again, back to the original point, I told the truth. You did say that on your panel.
Like I said, he never said bitch and hoe. He was referring to the term monkey and gorilla. He never said that. He's shaking his
He
head,
was
so I
past
know
that,
what the
and
fuck
he's
he was
asking about the
referring
median
to.
ground.
Stick to what he was referring to.
That's what we
Stick
were
to what he
referring
was
to. He
referring
was
to.
already past that.
Stick
You were
to what
just
he was
stuck there.
referring to. Don't spin your narrative. Stick to
You're
what
spinning.
Manny
I'm
was
stuck where
referring
we
to.
was already
I would
at.
never let
As
anybody
you
call
said, you
you
came in
a
the middle of the
monkey or a
conversation,
gorilla.
correct?
Flat out. That's it.
You did inform us you came in the middle of the conversation.
Like I
I'll say from
said,
the
I'm gonna
beginning,
be
correct?
around the motherfucking.
But hold on, y'all. But it is, but that's again, the median ground is what we will allow. And Friends just answered it. She said she would not allow somebody to call us or her or anybody else a monkey or a gorilla. That's the disconnect because Pastor Petty allows that. I wouldn't even allow somebody to call y'all a monkey or gorilla that's not black.
Correct. And I do think that I know rather, I've never heard Lala or anybody on Friends panel ever say monkey or gorilla. But I did hear her say when they was basically trying to say Friends is a sellout, she was arguing with somebody in the comments. Lala said she's not a sellout, it's called being bought.
I don't like how none of y'all talk to each other. And I don't understand how is it that we can continue to talk about how people talk to people when we can't even have a correspondence or without spinning narratives on people. Okay? So if y'all can't talk to me with respect, I don't give a fuck. Don't fuck with me. And if y'all can't talk to them with respect, then don't fuck with them. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm a supporter who support me. I don't give a fuck. See, that's the thing. Y'all so worried about Friends. Friends ain't worried about none of y'all. The people who support me, my tribe came, and it is what the fuck it is. I could be all the names. Y'all done called me Sambos. Y'all done called me Coons. Even my own people done called me Gorilla. So what the fuck? I don't gotta deal with none of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deal with who the fuck respect me, and that's all it's gonna be. And that's it. Ain't no crying, ain't no love lost. I just don't give a fuck.
Well, I will say we do not respect Pastor Petty and him allegedly allowing the other Ku Klux organization to say things like gorilla and monkey. Now that is like Pastor should know better, but if he allows it, he allow it. We don't rock with that though.
Correct. And earlier, Manny, in the comments, I did say that wasn't cool, and I will also say, Friends, those things that you just said. I've never said any of those things about you. What I said, and including to you, was it's your platform, have whoever you want to up here. I don't like them, but I don't have a problem with you. You can have whoever you want to on your page. It's your page. So I've never called you a symbol or anything of that nature or said that you were selling out.
All disrespectful though, right? It's all disrespectful though, right?
Yeah,
calling me all those names and all the things are disrespectful.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Okay, so I don't clap back and I don't say nothing. I don't clap back and I don't say nothing. I fuck with those who fuck with me. Other than that, I don't care. Y'all can call me all the names in the motherfucking world. Okay? But I got
so Pastor say he's here. Pastor, since you're here, we're speaking of you allowing the YT people in the Ku Klux organization to call other black people monkeys and gorillas. Allegedly, you are allowing it. You started the mission. You said it first, allegedly, that made others okay.